Hello students, good morning. Now let us continue with our lesson on triangles and similarity of triangles. And I'm going to solve a few more problems because these riders are the ones which causes most problems to most of the students. Now this is on page number 129 and this is question number 6. Okay, question number 6 on 129, and there's a figure which is given. You can refer to the textbook for this figure also. Okay, and the figure says that there is a triangle PQR. This is your triangle PQR, and there is a point O in the center connecting point OP, OQ and OR as shown in the figure. And then you can see here these are parallel lines. Okay, there is a triangle inside. This is triangle ABC. All right, in this triangle you see here, this is your A. AB is parallel to PQ, BC is parallel to QR, and AC is parallel to QR. That way. So, what is given to us? Given in the figure. Okay, what are we given in the figure? We are given AB. We are given that AB is parallel to PQ. AB is parallel to PQ. BC is parallel to QR. And we are also given that AC is parallel to PR. AC is parallel to PR. Alright. So AB is parallel to PQ, BC is parallel to QR, and AC is parallel to PR. We are supposed to prove that. Now what are we supposed to prove? According to this question, prove that BC is parallel to QR. Okay, prove that BC is parallel to QR. So we are given AB is parallel to QR and AC is parallel. This is not given. Okay, this part is supposed to be proved. We are supposed to prove this part. Okay, AB is parallel to PQ and AC is parallel to PR. Prove that BC is parallel to QR. All right. So first of all, begin with what is given. In triangle ABC, O is a point in the interior. You can see it is a point in the interior of triangle ABC. Okay. So now if we join P and O, Q and O, and R and O, you get OP, OQ, and OR. Okay. In triangle OPQ, this is a triangle OPQ. AB is parallel to PQ. This is given to us. This is result number 1. This is already given to us. Okay. Once again, look at this triangle OPQ. Here AB is parallel to PQ. That is given to us. Therefore, by theorem 6.1, apply theorem 6.1. By theorem 6.1, you can say that OA upon OP is equal to OB upon OQ. OB upon OQ. Let this be result 1. Now take triangle OPR. OP and R. In triangle OPR, we are given that AC is parallel to PR. AC is parallel to PR. Okay, this is again given. Okay, AC is parallel to PR. Therefore, by fundamental theorem, that is theorem 6.1, by theorem 6.1, what can you say? OA upon OP, OA upon OP is equal to OE or rather OC upon OR. OC upon OR. Result number 2. Okay. Now if I combine both the results from 1 and 2, OA upon OP is equal to this. OA upon OP is also equal to this. So I can make both this equal. Therefore, I can say that OB upon OQ is equal to OC upon OR. Okay. OB, you can see here, OB upon OQ. OB upon OQ is equal to OC upon OR. And therefore, by theorem 6.2, converse of theorem 6.1, by theorem 6.2, which is converse of theorem 6.1, you can say BC is parallel to QR. BC is parallel to QR. This is what is required. Prove that BC is parallel to QR. We have used theorem 6.1 to get two results. Then we have used converse of theorem 6.2 as 6.1 to get BC parallel to QR from result 1 and 2. Alright, this was number 6. Okay, this is on page number 129. Look at number 7. The question is this. Suppose we have got triangle ABC. Okay, now a line, suppose line L, line L is drawn parallel to BC and it intersects AB in point M and AC in point N. Okay, these are the points of intersection. Alright, so what are we given here? We are given that L is parallel to BC, okay, and M belongs to L. That means M is a point on AB. M belongs to L on line AB. Okay, line segment AB. M belongs to line L. Now M is the midpoint. M is the midpoint of AB. Now we are supposed to prove that. L bisects, that is line L bisects third side AC. This is what we are supposed to prove. Now let us take the proof. See, first of all, what are we given? We are given in triangle ABC, M is the midpoint. M is the midpoint of AB. Okay, this is given. M is the midpoint of AB. We are given this. So if M is the midpoint, therefore M lies between A and B. See what I have written. M lies between A and B, and AM is equal to BM, or AM upon BM is equal to 1, because if M is the midpoint, then AM will be equal to BM. Therefore AM upon BM will be also equal to 1 because it's a midpoint. Alright, so AM upon BM is equal to 1. Now L is parallel to BC and L intersects AB in point M. Okay, L is parallel to BC and it intersects AB in point M. So L will definitely intersect a third side AC. Therefore L, that is line L, definitely intersects AC. Let us suppose L intersects AC in point M. Let AC intersection line L be equal to point N. Therefore line L and line MN are the same lines. You can see in the figure, it's the same line. Okay, now L is parallel, that is MN. Therefore you can say that MN is parallel to BC. It is the same thing. You can see in the figure, line L is the line MN. So line MN is also parallel to BC, or in triangle ABC you can see line segment MN is parallel to BC. Therefore by theorem 6.1. You can apply theorem 6.1 now, because L, that is Mn, is parallel to BC. Therefore AM upon BM is equal to AN upon CN. Okay, but AM upon BM is equal to 1. All right, but AM upon BM is equal to 1. Therefore AN upon CN is also equal to 1. Or you can say that AN is equal to CN. Therefore N is the midpoint. N is the midpoint of AC. Okay, so a line which passes through the midpoint of AC is bisector of AC. Therefore MN bisects AC. But which is line MN? Line MN means line L. Therefore L bisects line segment AC. You can see it's such a straightforward proof. Okay, it's not a difficult proof at all. Once again, this is an important one, so try to understand it carefully. In triangle ABC, we've got a line L in the plane of the triangle, such that line L is parallel to BC. Also, line L intersects AB in point M, where M is the midpoint of AB. That means L passes through the midpoint of one side of a triangle. So if M is the midpoint, then AM and BM are equal. So therefore AM upon BM will be equal to 1. Now L is parallel to BC and it passes through, or rather intersects AB in one point. So it will intersect AC also, definitely intersect the third side. Let us suppose L intersects AC in point N. So your line MN or line L are the same lines. So if L is parallel to BC, then MN is parallel to BC in triangle ABC. So by using theorem 6.1, fundamental theorem, AM upon BM is equal to AN upon CN. But AM upon BM is equal to 1 because M is midpoint. Therefore AN upon CN is also equal to 1. Therefore N is midpoint. But L passes through N. Therefore L bisects AC. So a very simple, straightforward proof. Now let us go on to the 8th one. Okay, the next one. The next one is also in a similar way. Okay, it is same type. The figure is the same, but we are going to prove the opposite exactly. So supposing we have got, this is triangle ABC. All right, this is your triangle ABC, and in this triangle we got say line L. Okay, this line L, this is your point N and this is your point N. But now what are we given here? You see, we are given something different, slightly opposite to number 7. In triangle ABC, points M and N are the midpoints. So we are already given that they are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. We are given that they are midpoints. Okay, and we want to prove that MN is parallel to BC. Okay, now again we are going to use theorem 6.2. So let us see proof. Again we begin with what is given to us. Okay, what is given to us? In triangle ABC, okay, points M and N are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. Okay, respectively means M is the midpoint of AB, N is the midpoint of AC. Therefore I can write M lies between A and B and N lies between A and C. Okay, A and C. So therefore also, because they are midpoints, AM upon BM is equal to 1. And similarly here also, because N is midpoint, AN upon CN is also equal to 1. Or I can say In triangle ABC, AM upon BM is equal to AN upon CN. Both are equal to 1. Okay. Therefore, by theorem 6.2, this implies that by theorem 6.2, converse of 6.1, MN is parallel to BC. This is what we want to prove. Prove that MN is parallel to BC. You can see it's very systematic and very straightforward. Okay, there is hardly anything that you really need to learn by heart. It's nothing. Just application of theorem 6.1 and 6.2. Once again, what are we given? Triangle ABC. A line L intersects AB in point M and AC in point N, where M and N are midpoints. Okay, so therefore AM is equal to BM, AN is equal to CN, or AM upon BM is equal to 1, AN upon CN is also equal to 1. Or we can say that in triangle ABC, AM upon BM is equal to AN upon CN. And therefore, by converse of theorem 6.1, that is theorem 6.2, MN is parallel to BC. Alright, a very simple, straightforward proof. Alright, let's do the ninth one. Now we got ABCD is a trapezium. Remember, a trapezium is not a parallelogram. It has got one pair of sides which are parallel. Here it is given that AB is parallel to CD. Alright, AB and CD are two parallel sides of trapezium and its diagonals intersect each other in point O. Diagonals intersect each other in point O. Alright. Therefore, you see this angle will be equal to this angle and this angle will be equal. These are alternate angles. When two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the pairs of alternate angles are equal. Okay. What are we given? Given in trapezium ABCD, what are we given? AB is parallel to CD. This is given. And the diagonals intersect in point O. This is given to us. Okay, we are given they intersect in point O. What are we supposed to prove? To prove that, what are we supposed to prove? That AO upon BO is equal to CO upon DO. This is what we are supposed to prove. Now proof. Now what are we supposed to look at it carefully? OA upon OB. OA upon OB is equal to OC upon OD. Alright, simple. We compare the two triangles. See, start with what is given. In trapezium ABCD, what are we given? AB is parallel to CD. Write down given, because it is given to us. This fact is given in the question. It is given. Alright. Now the diagonals, further the diagonals intersect in point O. This is also given to us. This is also a given fact. What does it mean? It means that A dash O dash C means O lies between A and C, and O also lies between B and D. O also lies between B and D. Now compare triangles. We are comparing which two triangles? Comparing triangle AOC. See the upper triangle AOC and triangle AOB. Comparing triangle AOB, and this is your triangle AOB, and this is your triangle COD. The lower triangle, the upper triangle and the lower triangle AOB and COD. Now you can see that angle OAB is congruent to angle, I marked with a cross, okay, OCD. And the reason, alternate angles. They are alternate angles. Pairs of alternate angles are congruent when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal. Also we can say this angle ABO is congruent to angle, this angle, which I have marked here, CDO. CDO. Reason, same reason, alternate angles. Alternate pairs of alternate angles are always congruent when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal. Therefore, by AA corollary, okay, AA axiom or AA postulate, okay, angle, we don't have to prove all three angles, okay. By AA corollary, triangle AOB is similar, not congruent, similar to triangle COD, okay. If they are similar, then you can say that OA upon OC is equal to OB upon OD, okay. Now if I interchange OB here, OC here, okay, just interchange, therefore I can write OA, OB comes down upon OB is equal to OC comes here, OC upon OD, OC upon OD. Proof is over, okay. Straightforward, simple proof. Now there is one more question which I would like to do today. This is also a similar type of question. The diagonals of a quadrilateral ABCD, okay, again we are given a quadrilateral ABCD. We don't know whether it is a trapezium. We want to prove that it is a trapezium, okay, and the diagonals figure is similar and the diagonals intersect each other in point O. This is your point O. Now what are we given? We are given, we don't know whether it's a this quadrilateral is the trapezium or not. In quadrilateral ABCD, we are given quadrilateral ABCD, the diagonals intersect in point O such that, okay, such that the diagonals intersect in point O such that AO upon BO is equal to CO upon DO. This is given to us, okay, and what are we supposed to prove? To prove that quadrilateral ABCD is a trapezium. Prove that ABCD is a trapezium. Now obviously you can see from this itself that it is the converse of 9. In the 9th one we are given that it was a trapezium with AB parallel to CD, and we have to prove OA upon OB is equal to OC upon OD. In the 10th one we are not given that it is a trapezium. We are supposed to prove that it is a trapezium. So we begin the proof. Proof is obviously the converse of 9th one, okay. What is it? In quadrilateral ABCD, the diagonals intersect in point O. What is this? It's given to us. This fact is given in the question, okay. So what can you say? Therefore point O lies between A and C, and point O also lies between O, B and D, okay. O lies between A and C, O lies between B and D. Now also we are given that AO upon BO, okay, we are given that AO upon BO also AO upon BO is equal to CO upon DO. This is given to us. CO upon DO. This is given. Alright. And angle AOB, alright, angle AOB is congruent. Now you can see if these two sides are already given as they are already given as in proportion. Angle AOB and angle COD, these two angles will be congruent. Why are they congruent? They are vertically opposite angles. They are called vertically opposite angles. So if vertically opposite angles, we know when two lines intersect each other at the point of intersection, pairs of vertically opposite angles are congruent. Therefore we can say that triangle AOB is similar to triangle COD, and this is by SAS theorem, side angle side postulate. Now if the triangles, you can see in the figure here, okay, these two triangles AOB and COD, they are similar. We have just proved it, they are similar by SAS. If they are similar, then this angle is equal to this angle, and this angle I marked with a cross, they are also equal, but they are alternate angles. If alternate angles are congruent, then AB is parallel to CD. If AB is parallel to CD, then it is a trapezium. Okay, so just we have to write it now. Therefore, which angle? The angle which I have marked here with a cross and the dot. Okay, angle OAB is congruent to which angle? Angle OCD. And one more angles, angle OBA is congruent to angle CDO, marked with a cross. What are they? Alternate angles. These angles are congruent, okay, but they are basically alternate angles. Why? Because you can write here, because the triangles are similar. Okay, because the triangles are similar, these angles are equal. We know that all the three angles will be equal in similar triangles. But what? But they are pairs of alternate angles. Alternate angles. So we know that when alternate angles are congruent, then the lines must be parallel. Therefore, AB is parallel to CD. But if AB is parallel to CD in quadrilateral ABCD, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Therefore, quadrilateral ABCD must be a trapezium, is a trapezium. So why do you and how do you prove that it is a trapezium? To prove that it is a trapezium, you must first prove that one pair of opposite sides are parallel. One pair of opposite sides are parallel, then you can say that it is a trapezium. But to prove that one pair of opposite sides are parallel, you must prove alternate angles congruent. But to prove that alternate angles are congruent, you must prove the triangles are similar. So we have proved the triangles are similar, therefore the angles are congruent, and therefore they are alternate angles, therefore the lines are parallel, and hence it is a trapezium. Now you can see that these are not difficult ones, they are quite easy to understand. I want you to go through them carefully, watch the entire video. And of course, if you like the video, please make sure you like it, and those who have not subscribed to it, please subscribe to it. Okay, and just make sure you watch the entire video. It's important that you watch the entire video. Stay home, stay safe, and just be careful and take care of yourself.